a small town that no one's ever heard of besides people who live here. So, been forever since I broadcast on this dead-ass YouTube channel, but I got the apartment doing laundry and cooking some drink steaks, so I figured why not? I gotta burn through this game eventually again anyway. So if anyone's still awake on this work night Saturday night, boy, I remember when a bunch of interesting individuals would jump in on this stream all the time. I never had more than 3 or 4 viewers, but like, it'd be pretty cool. I think the last time I streamed this was another night where I basically had the place to myself. Anyway, so Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Plus Advanced XD Crazy. Yeah, this game, this was one of like the first games I got excited for the launch for. I got Kingdom Hearts for like Valentine's Day when I was like 11. Because of my mom saw the Disney characters and the word heart in it.
Look at
on, like,
what
a
it's
Valentine's
come to.
Day, and it was like
I've been given these icky orders to destroy you.
So I
if
got
you
Kingdom Hearts
refuse to come back
1
with me.
way back. I was like in 5th grade.
Best friends, right?
And
Sure, but I'm not getting turned into
Yeah.
a dusk for.
I just fell in love with the game. I didn't even remember.
You remember
card
now?
yet, and I just
Yeah.
played Kingdom Hearts
Great.
1 constantly. Then
But,
when I finally did
you
get a
know,
memory card,
Gotta make sure and all.
and
So
got like the full experience of the game, it was,
what's our boss's
you
name?
know, it's actually how I got into like Final Fantasy and shit, which is like 80% of my personality.
Can't believe this.
So yeah, I got really pumped for Kingdom Hearts 2 like existing and becoming a game in general. I remember seeing like a magazine at like an old bargain grocery store with all the features that 2 was gonna come out. And this whole intro sequence was like not leaked at the time. At least not from the magazine. Like we were just told like, oh, there's gonna be a new lawn world, and we're going back to a couple of worlds, and you know, like a couple of like selling features, but they hid that this was gonna be like a big game. In the intro for a while, playing the protagonist. And I know a lot of people at the time had issues with this section of the game, but I always dug it. I like playing as Roxas. The small town feel kind of reminded me of how I grew up in a small town.
Roxas,
so maybe it hit
the mansion.
home with me.
The time has come.
And you know, having a different protagonist. At that point, I had played like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 10. And I think even 9. So I was like used to changing protagonists. So honestly, if the whole game had followed Roxas, I wouldn't have really minded.
The Roxas that I know is long
like in Final
gone.
Fantasy, for most of the classic games, you change
I
protagonists.
see how
every
it
game.
is.
But yeah, I like this whole section. I think it was kind of a cool way to, especially if you, I think a big part of why this game didn't get the love it deserved, at least this section of it, because a lot of people didn't play, not Sleep, Chain of Memories on the Game Boy. Yeah, them expecting to play a Game Boy game is probably silly. How was everyone supposed to know, like, right after Kingdom Hearts, that, like, the Game Boy Advance was gonna have pertinent plot information? Like, oh, if it, you know, because usually, like, when games got released on, like, handheld consoles, it was, like, a dumbed-down version of the original game. Which, I mean, gameplay-wise, I guess Birth by Sleep kinda was, but, like, they did it in such a creative way to be able to basically recycle the same content, but in a new way. They basically, they added enough new stuff where, like, it actually became pertinent to the plot. Like, just the ending, not the ending, but yes, the secret ending with Roxas, and also the addition of Twilight Town as a world, and their whole tease of, oh, it's a world from the other side of your partner. You know, which is like pretty dramatic writing. Like that was one thing I'll give to early Kingdom Hearts, is that they were really good at setting up an atmosphere of vague and ununderstood questions, which, like, basically this game, like, killed that. Like, 2 is where the vague and ambiguous questions kind of ended. And they really started to, like, flesh stuff out. Which can be good. Which can be good. Like, over-explaining doesn't have to be a... Over-explaining doesn't have to be a negative... Well, I guess over implies negative, but explaining things that you want told doesn't have to be a negative thing. Or, you know, change in direction in writing, or what have you. Because the game itself was... I'm so used to having dodge roll, I keep hitting square to do guard like that. I'm sorry. But the change in gameplay style... Oh, fuck, I'm gonna die. Change in game... not gameplay, but in storytelling from going to, like, indirect to direct was... Oh, I thought he was gonna self-destruct. I fucked up. Come on. The change in direction from being, like, really ambiguous and mysterious and, like, kind of taking its time with its own lore to going to a more direct storytelling line like this. I'm just gonna skip some of these cutscenes because I've seen them a billion times. And this game is a dinosaur at this point, so, like, you know. If you haven't seen these cutscenes and you're still watching it from the hard stream, I don't know what to do for it. But yeah, the change in, like, storytelling style to being more direct and trying to build more lore and be more direct, almost have, like, a sci-fi angle for it, I don't think necessarily is a negative thing. I think it can be a positive. Which it was, because I feel like this game did very well. And I mean, it still had enough ambiguous questions that weren't answered that it left people hungry for another game. It's just kind of a shame we didn't get a true sequel until, like, you know, 2018, 2017? It came out in one of those years. But still, this you know, it skipped a whole console generation. Like, 2 was on the PS2 and 3 was on the PS4. So, like, they took their damn time with direct named sequels. I mean, really, they didn't even have to. The other side games were good enough that they could have gotten good entries in some cases if they had been released on main consoles, but... The story is that Birth by Sleep, which is, again, I think, the best Kingdom Hearts game behind 1. Birth by Sleep was a... My cat got trapped. Birth by Sleep was actually originally supposed to be on the PS2, and Sony was like, we really want something on the PSP, though. So, Square relented. Oh man, this cutscene was so sick. See, this is what I mean, like, it was a different kind of ambiguous from KH1, but it was still ambiguous. Because, like, we wouldn't get an explanation for this scene, really.
Why did the Keyblade choose me?
Until 358 on the half days. Which, you know, you could only play with a Nintendo 3DS, DS at the time. Jesus, 3DS, that shows how old I am. With a Nintendo DS, and I got a DS specifically to play that game. It's kind of funny, in my history as a gamer, every time I've ever, like, when I was a kid, begged my parents for a Nintendo system, specifically a handheld, it was usually because of a Kingdom Hearts game. Like, I got a Nintendo Game Boy Advance specifically to play Chain of Memories. That was the only Kingdom Hearts, not Kingdom Hearts, that was the only Game Boy Advance game I ever actually owned. None of this gives you any story progress. I got a DS with my crappy part-time job money specifically to play 358 and a half days, which was well worth it. That game was nuts. I really wish that had gotten a port to PlayStation. That game was super good. Making it into a movie on this collection was kind of a service, because that game was legit good. I'll get to that in a second. And finally, no, that's the one I didn't. I got a 3DS so that I could play Kingdom Hearts, not Kingdom Hearts. I got a 3DS so I could play Pokemon X and Y. It's in Buddy's college. But technically, I didn't get a 3DS. I got a 2DS because I was that way. Because, again, part-time work, college student. But it just so happened that Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance also came out on the 3DS/2DS, so I was able to play that. And Dream Drop Distance might have gotten a release on the PlayStation, which I was super grateful for, because that game was also really fucking great. Even though 358 didn't release. We eventually got Rechain Memories, which was, they sold it as a standalone here in Japan as part of the, like, Final Mix. Like when you bought Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Plus Extended Boogaloo Edition, it just came with Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, which was a PS2 re-release and remake of Chain of Memories. Which, like, kudos for putting that much work just so people could get that chunk of the story. And, you know, like, even in the Japanese version, it was all English voice acted. They didn't even get the Japanese voice cast back. But yeah, the two on the DS are the only ones that don't have Sony re-releases, which is a damn shame. I never played Coded. Coded is honestly, from everything I've seen, I've never even watched the, like, compilation movie of Coded on this. Coded seems kind of like an anime filler arc for Kingdom Hearts. Like, it doesn't have pertinent plot information, really. You can basically skip it, which makes sense, because originally it was a cell phone game in Japan. Just with a lot of reworked mechanics. But regardless, I'm getting off topic. Yeah, Recoded does not have a Sony re-release, and 358 and a half days doesn't have a re-release, which I really fucking wish it did. I really wish it did, because that game was good. If you've ever played the Naruto, there's probably other games that just like enhance the system. I don't know. The Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles games, like the adventure action Naruto games in the PS2, where they had like a skill plate system where you would like put little puzzle pieces onto a board, and that was what would enhance your stats instead of like equipping weapons and armor and stuff. That's basically how 358 and a half days worked, where you would have to equip, I forget what they called them. You would have like a board with slots on it, and they would give you, as you advance, they would give you, or you could buy these pieces that you could equip onto the board that would give you abilities, items and weapons and spells were all limited use. I think it was called panels. They were all limited use panels that you would put on this board that, you know, someone would have to refresh, like aforementioned items and spells. Yeah, spells had to be refreshed. That made sense. But that felt cheap. Motherfucker just self-destructive. But
simply
yeah,
amazing, Roxas.
You know, give you those limited uses, but you could also
really
equip
do
abilities
remember
like
me this
high
time.
jump and
I'm so
new
flattered.
weapons. Limit breaks, where
But
you're
you're
returning
too
mechanics
late.
from the Kingdom Hearts franchise that they imported from the Final Fantasy franchise. But yeah, like there was even a specific configuration of panels that would let you use this exact dual keyblade version of Roxas from this boss fight, which I kept
Come
in
here,
separate
I'll make it all
mode
stop.
for a long time while in high school. This fight is fucking yeah, the reaction command system was like one of the best things that came out yeah, that was, I guess to me, that was the major selling point of 358.5 days. Is that it let you use this form of Roxas. I mean, you didn't unlock it until the end of the fucking game, and could really use it for mode, but it made you feel badass to be able to do it more than just this one boss fight. Come on, dual wielding the black and white keyblade like that. Yeah, I am playing on the hardest difficulty. Second hardest one. I'm anything hard throughout that. Alright, so enough bitching about the other Kingdom Hearts games. This game is great. I would argue it's technically better than Birth by Sleep. Jeez, that chips him right down. See, this form's broken! I mean, 2 is probably technically a better game than Birth by Sleep. Just in terms of technology and design and story element. And the fact that it's one linear story that you only have to play through one time.
You get on their bad side and they'll destroy you!
Character game.
No one would miss me.
But this game, it's one of the best ones in the franchise. It introduced a crap ton of mechanics that survived in some form or another to the next game's over.
Axel.
It has...
Let's meet again in the next life.
Yeah, I'll be waiting.
A really good length. Like,
silly.
I know the record speedrun for this game is
just
something
because
insane,
you
like
have
20
a
minutes,
next
but like,
life.
if you take your time and just really try to enjoy every world and every section and every cutscene and try to hunt down items and minigames, you can get 30 or 40 hours out of this game, like, naturally. I think that's what it took me to beat it originally as a kid on the PS2. Which, yeah, Square tricked me into buying this game 3 times. I'll be guilty of that. PS2, 3, and 4. And if they do a PS5 release when I get a PS5, I'll probably buy it again.
Donald.
Because at that point it'll be in like some crazy VR format or some shit. But bottom line, this game is just the tops. I think in terms of gameplay it's better than 3. It's definitely better than 358.5 days, as much as I have lauded that game for the first part of the stream. Based pretty much solely on, if I walk through the store, then we get control of Sora and I lose Roxas forever, which, my boy, I'll miss you. Yeah, Donald and Goofy are just fucking chilling here. I'd say that, like, 1 is still the best one. That game's untouchable. It's the Ocarina of Time of its generation, and I will stand by that forever. Oh shit, there's an item I can get, so I'm gonna run back and do that real quick. We'll just say the lore reason is he's clearing the... Oh shit! We'll say he's clearing the area. Yeah, I'd say 1's still, in my personal rankings, 1 is probably the best one in terms of mechanical design. Then probably in terms of mechanical design, it's probably 2, then Birth by Sleep, then 3, then Dream Drop Distance. Yeah, Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep are kind of interchangeable. Bottom line, I've never played Recoded, so I will not give it a judgment, but I think in terms of... I don't want to say worst, because none of these games are bad objectively, like not a single fucking one. I'd say probably 358.5 days is the least good. And then it goes like 3 Birth by Sleep to 358.5 days. Or no, reverse those. I'm screwing up. That's the armor I needed. I'm screwing up what I'm trying to say. Is there shit gonna spawn? No, sweet. Free items are good. Some of these items you can't get when you come back as Sora. Like, yeah, like that thing that I fucking missed down there because I'm a dumbass. I mean, it's just a consumable, but like, for completion's sake, I fucking want it. Anyway, I'd say like least good to most amazing. It's probably, of the ones I've played at least, 358.5 days, just because it's a mission-based game. Then probably 3, just because there's so much in that game you can never finish it. Well, not finish it. There's so much in that game you never use all of it. Then Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance are probably tied. Then 2, then 1. Oh, and Chain of Memories you can probably put down at about the same level as 3, believe it or not. Maybe a little less. And then Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories, I guess I'd put slightly above that. Yeah, it's like from bottom to top, 358. Yeah, 358 at the bottom. Yeah, I kind of gotta put, honestly, I kind of gotta put Original Chain just like quite a bit above. Then Rechain. Then Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance. Then 2, then 1. Just in terms of how the games flow and the story is told.
At last.
Honestly, they probably should have just turned 58.5 days into Kingdom Hearts 3.
Who are you talking to? Me? Or
I'm
Sora?
sorry, not 58.5 days.
To half
They should have
of
turned,
Sora, of course.
Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance.
You
into Kingdom
reside
Hearts 3,
in
'cause
darkness.
It's
What I need
it's
is someone
legitimately a
who move
direct
about
sequel
the realm
to 3.
of
It
light
doesn't feel
and
like a filler story.
destroy
Like it feels like a
Organization
full-fledged
13.
Kingdom Hearts story.
Why? Who are you?
Whereas,
I am a servant of the world.
I mean, at least in terms of gameplay, because you don't go to a bunch of repeat
And if I'm a
worlds,
servant,
besides a
then
few,
you
and
should
even then
consider
they're
yourself
extended beyond
a
the range
tool
that they were in the
at
original
best.
game.
Was that...
Chain of
Is that
Memories was
supposed to be a
rehashes of
joke?
old worlds to save
'Cause I'm
content
not
in the Game
laughing.
Boy, but with new story content sprinkled in. But
My apologies. This is only a
and
data-based
358.5 Days was a
projection.
prequel. Dream Drop legitimately was like new plot advancement that set up 3. So if they had called it Kingdom Hearts 3 and released it on something besides the 3DS, I would have been pretty chill with them calling it Kingdom Hearts 3, and then what we got as Kingdom Hearts 3 being called Kingdom Hearts 4 or some shit. I'd argue that 3D is good enough to be a standalone game. Birth by Sleep, you know, if you want to put a number on it, you can call it Kingdom Hearts 0, but it's that game's strong enough to stand alone as a
I hate you
as a
so
thing,
much.
in my opinion.
You should share some of that hatred with Sora. He's far too nice for his own good.
No! My
Oh,
heart
this whole
belongs to
cutscene
me!
actually, like, laid a lot of heavy shit down. In addition to setting up Roxas's character, it was also kind of like,
Sora.
it felt almost like it was critiquing Sora's place as the main character and the idea of main characters in games in general. Because, you know, Roxas got introduced with pretty much no backstory.
Looks like my summer vacation is...
Like,
Over.
this section felt super somber. I wouldn't have been surprised if the whole Roxas section was released as a standalone demo. Because, like, you know, I've been playing for about 4 or 5 hours, and I just get the title screen, so to speak, or the title card of the game. And then, you know, you get... The game kind of... Excuse me. Kind of ignores... the whole Roxas section to a degree. Or at least, it assumes the position of someone who ignored it. 1 second. Gotta go take care of the cat real quick here.
Sora! Who's there?
Sora! Sora, wake up!
Yeah, the game kind of ignores Roxas's existence. And just is like, oh, Sora, you just woke up out of this pot. Honestly, if they weren't trying to force-feed Roxas's story, they pretty much could have skipped that entire section, just taken it from Sora, which I'm sure there's some PC mods for already, because the entire collection just got ported to PC, because the PC Master Race.
Donald!
But,
Goofy!
as the kids say...
That was some nap.
But,
You mean we were asleep?
I guess
yeah,
we
I think
must
it's
have
kind of
been,
cool that the
or I didn't
game,
think we'd be so drowsy.
like, kind of ignores,
When do
kind
you
of
think
doesn't
we
the
went
whole
to sleep?
Roxas section happening.
Let's see.
It's almost like
We
it's,
defeated Ansem.
it was meant to be its own little standalone prequel
Restored
game,
peace to the
and
world.
then you were meant to play this,
Found Kyrie.
the Roxas section.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
could skip.
And then we went to look for
go back and
Riku.
experience.
I think that's right so far.
But yeah, we get Sora back, and in the
What does your
weirdest
journal
show of
say,
continuity
Jiminy?
ever, has grown out of his fucking clothing,
Gee,
which is
there's only
kind
one
of cool.
sentence.
You don't see that a lot.
Thank nominate. I wonder who that is.
But this is where it became pretty apparent that if you didn't play Chain of Memories, you actually missed out on some stuff. Because I didn't play Chain of Memories.
Well, what do you say we
Until
find
after I
out where
played
we
it.
are?
So I didn't know who Naminé was. And why should we should be thanking her. That journal thing is going to show new forever, by the by. Throw some armor on Donald, just because he's squishy. We're playing on a slightly higher difficulty level. But yeah, they could have started the game right from that fucking pod opening, and even with Chain of Memories, no one would have goddamn batted an eyelash, but they chose to begin Kingdom Hearts being complicated as all hell with Chain of Memories, which, like, until people played 2, and were like, wait, what the hell's going on? They wouldn't have got. Like, you need to know what happened in Chain of Memories to understand what the hell this game is. And, like, the cutscene they show in the beginning kind of explains it.
You know, I think I've been to
Like, at
this
the very
town.
beginning of the game. But all it really explains, vaguely, is you probably should have played Chain of Memories, guys.
Guess I must have imagined it.
I'm sorry, I'm eating some steak while I'm at it.
What do you want?
Nothing. Just wondering what was back here.
Now you know. This is our spot.
What? You're new around here, right?
God, this was,
I'm Pence.
this was such a trip.
Nice to meet you. But we got stuff to do, so catch you later.
My name's Alette. Hey, did you finish up the summer homework yet? Independent studies are the worst, huh?
Like, until a little bit later in the game, I didn't realize that these were like a separate set of characters than who you had been interacting with as
What are your
Roxas.
names?
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Sorry, I've seen that cutscene a million times. I've seen all these cutscenes a million times. Ugh. Inhale hiccups. The worst. Okay, we're good. To anybody who's watching or watches this post-actual stream for some godforsaken reason, sorry for doubling over saves, but it's just an old habit from my brother. He always taught me back in the PS1 and PS2
Where'd you
days,
come from?
if you save on a memory card,
You here to pick
overwrite
a fight
it
with
at
us or
least
something?
because the save
Fight?
can corrupt if you don't.
We're not here to fight.
In the PS2 days, that advice proved
Okay,
completely
smart
true.
Alex.
So to this day,
Time
it's
to
just
teach you how to
a
behave
habit
in
I
my
say
town.
I
Bring it.
overwrite twice, just because that's what
Man,
what
what
my
a
brother
jerk.
taught me. And I feel like I'm doing him a solid by continuing to do that to this day. I don't care if we're saving
If
it
you're
to
gonna
our
fight,
DNA
why not make it a
on the
proper
PS12
struggle?
when I'm 84 years old. I'm playing
You
Kingdom
see,
Hearts
Cypher,
26,
I'm a really big fan.
500 hours.
What do you
until
want?
Extinction, final
In other words, I want to
edition,
see more of your
plus
super
Ultimate
cool
X
moves.
Gold belt. I will
You handled the
always
tournament
at
with
least
real
overwrite
style,
one save
and you
file.
absolutely dominated the title match. But I
No,
just
'cause-
can't get
'cause
enough.
that's just in,
Don't
that's
you
just
see?
in the DNA now.
The matches are far too short.
It's a family trait, as far as I'm concerned.
And what's your name?
Sora.
Sora. If you want to fight a match,
Realizing
you
like how
just say
little
the
of a
word.
mustache that man has. That's it's kind of a problem. I forget if I can struggle battle this early. I don't think I can. I think I have to wait till I can come back here. Yeah, I can't yet. Yeah, I feel like they wanted this to be the hub world and then changed their mind halfway through the goddamn game development cycle, because Hollow Bastion kind of becomes your... do I have enough money for both of these? Yes, I do. Hollow Bastion kind of turns into your default starting area. Like your hub world with all of the shops and whatnot. You don't get this area back until like a good halfway through the game. Like once I leave this area, I'm done. Like I can't come back here for fucking ever. It's at least that's how it feels. Which I mean, I kind of usually challenge. I don't have money for items. Goofy, Donald, you on your own, boys. I'm sorry. Can I even take jobs yet? Nope, I can't. Yeah, they pretty much kind of encourage you to just get the hell out of this area ASAP. You can't do any of the mini games. Can you even go to the tram common? I don't know if you can. Because I know you can't go to the other half of Twilight Town from earlier in the game. But, like, I've never even tried. Can you even go to the... Yeah, you can go to the tram common. What do you know? And yeah, there's some items here. Yeah. Oh, is the underground actually open? Can I enter it? Nope. I can't yet. Man, gotta wait halfway through the game for this to be your hub world. I don't know why. That's, I'd be interested in the development of this game to understand why it feels like it has two hub worlds. Two home bases, so to speak. Yeah, I'm seeing chests everywhere. Oh, yeah. It is a good thing I came down through here, or I would have missed out on a bunch of free loot. I don't know if the bees spawn down there, but we're not gonna screw with that. Bees used to spawn down there at the beginning. Oh, jump in the attack extension. I don't actually know if that extension from hitting attack while you jump gives you the extra boost it used to in Cage 1, but I still do it at a habit until I get high jump. I know there's a bunch of treasure in the second area when you come back, but I don't know if I can... Like I said, I don't know if I can get it now. Because, like, once I go to the train station, it starts triggering story events. And that's the only way to get to that area until the underground opens, which also doesn't open up until I can come back here 6 fucking worlds later.
Yeah.
I remember like being struck as a kid by how different Sora's like moveset animation felt from Roxas's. Because Roxas's felt very much like Kingdom Hearts 1's moveset. But Sora's it feels more advanced. It feels different. Like he grew as a fighter. Like as dumb as this is, you can tell I play these games too much. The way he shoulders the Keyblade when running, when passive, that used to be how he would run when he was in combat. Passive used to be him kind of carrying it by his side as he ran. Whereas now, if you're in combat, you can see the animation there, he like katana holds it up to the side there. And like his jump attack animation, all of his attack animations were different. Alright, yeah, a bunch of nobodies show up. I am playing on higher difficulty. I don't know if I'll be able to crush this. This is one of those fights that you don't necessarily have to win. If you go below a certain HP value, the event just ends. But the other option is just sit here and slay nobodies for... I forget what the cutoff is, but there is a cutoff where eventually it stops you anyway. And it shows you the level of enemy. It makes you in story rooms to run Alice Squall fight if you just one. Must be done. The addition of nobodies at all as like another enemy is pretty cool. I think they're pretty underrated. Like, there's only a few areas in the game where nobodies show up until the last area where they're like the combat. Where they're like the primary enemies in the last level of this game. But like, still, another enemy faction is like and they kept adding enemy factions in this which were all different. They could have just kept making new hearts, but they didn't. They were above and beyond. Fighting these guys does feel different than fighting. Yep, see? I survived long enough so the game is like, oh fuck, they'll just keep winning, huh? Yep, plot needs to move along, so you lose. So we're just gonna say you're tired. Which is fine, because we get to see Mickey wreck their fucking shit. Like so. As you do when you're Mickey fucking Mouse.
Your Majesty?
Shh. You gotta board the train and leave town.
I do appreciate that Mickey's
knows the
Keyblade
way.
is just a blinged out version of Sora's.
Here.
Your Majesty!
The king? Was that really
Mickey
him?
was so cryptic through all these goddamn games.
Yep, I know it was.
Now we know he's okay.
The king was locked in the realm
Mickey,
of darkness,
I won't say Mickey
right?
doesn't get character development, because that'd be pretty disingenuous. But
we
he
just
gets,
saw him.
Yep.
He's
And
the
if the
character
king
most
is here,
shrouded in mystery throughout this franchise.
That means
which is
Riku's here.
interesting, because Mickey was supposed to be the protagonist in the very early design.
I'm gonna
of
go
Kingdom
look
Hearts.
for Riku. Then he and I can go
And
back
then
to
they
the
switched
islands
gears
together.
and made
Kyrie's
Sora
there
the
waiting for
protagonist.
us.
And Sora
What are you two
was
gonna
originally
do?
supposed to be a lion bullet with a chainsaw sword.
Of course, Sora. You have to ask.
I don't know how we get from chainsaw sword to a
Your
Keyblade,
face.
but you know, the storytelling is there. Like,
What do you say, guys?
I'm there.
Let's stick together for one more
I
journey.
gotta close the window. My cat is getting curious about
Where
sleeping.
again?
We have to board the train.
Not like actually
Oh,
escaping,
yeah.
but I get nervous that he could push through the screen. He's a big boy.
Come
If
on.
he was determined enough, he could do it. He's escaped from other places. Money pouch! Yeah, references. Crystal orb, also references. Secret answer report. Not gonna lie, excuse me. Didn't read these when I first played the game. Had no fucking idea what they were. When I actually did read through them and saw like all the crazy lore that the game kind of throws at you.
Hey, Sora?
What?
Nothing, but...
We came to see you off. It just seemed like something we ought to do.
I was
Really?
pretty blown away.
What is it?
I mean, at the time when this was all we had, this game felt like a
They're
big
the
step
same.
up
Yeah.
from one. I mean, just the amount of
3
mechanics
tickets,
they
please.
added that would become mainstays of the Kingdom Hearts story.
I can't help feeling like we won't see this town again.
And Mythos for
Why not?
as long as it was.
You're thinking too much.
Yeah, you're
Or
right.
it is. The franchise isn't dead. We're just gonna have to wait 6 billion years for the next game. PlayStation 7, when you log in using your, presumably your genetic phenotype. You know, you can have a wizard save file, you can have a amphibian save file. I'm being facetious, but still, given Kingdom Hearts' track record, I have no idea when Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be a thing. That's a little scary. Because like 1 to 2, realistically wasn't that long a wait. 2 to 3 was eons, dude. Like we got 3 main number Final Fantasy games plus 2 sequels to them before we got Kingdom Hearts 3. That's pretty dumb. Like, for a franchise that's literally a Disney spin-off of the Final Fantasy franchise, for the sequel to take that long in development, eventually I kind of want to look into what the hell was up with the development of Kingdom Hearts 3, because it took for goddamn ever. Alright, we gotta get on the crazy train. So we gotta talk to Donald and tell Donald, yeah, if we get on the crazy train.
Okay, let's go. Bye.
Hey, Sora?
And this game did a
You
lot right.
sure we haven't met before?
Grab another bite of this. Totally unrelated to video games, but screw it.
Why do you ask?
I'm a YouTube channel with basically no subscribers. I don't give a shit.
I don't know.
Salt, garlic herb seasoning, soy sauce, and grated Parmesan cheese
You okay?
on a New York strip.
Yeah. Don't know where it came from.
Pull it together.
Pretty solid.
Right.
That's why I call it drink.
See
Oh,
ya.
and marinated in Vermont IPA from Long Trail. Not sponsored. Oh, and some crazy hot sauce might even there. I might be like lying around. Honestly, super good. Like I said, back to the subject at hand. I don't know when Kingdom Hearts 4, but if it... I know a lot of people were like disappointed, but that was just because of years of hype. If 4 is as good as 3, I will be satisfied. Although I'm such a dumb consumer of Kingdom Hearts content, I don't know what they could possibly do to upset me. I feel like I just jinxed it. So they'll find a way now. Whole section playing as Donald. That's how they do it.
There goes our ride.
You know, I'd still be okay with. Oh man, I am just a fucking Square Enix bootlicker, ain't I? But no, KH4, whenever it does happen, I know the producers of the game have said that 1 through 3 and all of its time material is just the end of the Seeker of Darkness plot, with basically with Xehanort being like the overarching main enemy in all of his incarnations. So that tells me in a very terrifying way that they have grander plots in mind. That's really scary, dude, because it took... God, I'm spitballing because I'm not looking it up right now. But if I'm going by my spitball, it took over a damn decade to get through Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3 with all of its intermittent content that is basically required to understand the story.
I sent some of my lackeys inside
if we're starting that
to
over,
see if the
and the
master in
development
this
times
here
keep
tower
growing
is as big
exponentially
and tough as they
seem
say.
to have been with
Word
the
is, he's a
technology.
real powerful
We have a
sorcerer,
trailer for Final
which would
Fantasy
make him the perfect bodyguard for
16.
me.
God
See, it
knows
don't
when
matter
we'll see
how
that
tough
game.
he is. Once he's a heartless, he'll do as I
So
say.
if the development times keep growing
That's
exponentially,
right.
we
They're
won't see
those
Kingdom
things
Hearts
that come
4,
out of the
which is
darkness in
presumably
folks'
based
hearts.
on the ending of
Why,
3. Spoilers.
with all those heartless at her
Spoilers.
side, my dear friend Maleficent
Don't
is
leave
gonna
now.
conquer
You'll be spoiled
everything.
by the secret ending of 3.
And since I got me a debt to pay, I'm going
Okay.
round to a bunch of different worlds and
Presumably,
building
Kingdom
an
Hearts 4,
army of
or at
heartless,
least the next
special
spin-off
for
game that will
her.
lead into 4,
Oh,
will
why am
take
I
place
talking
in
to
a
you
more
pipsqueaks
grounded,
anyway?
realistic world
Go on,
based
Scram.
on
I'm
the
behind schedule as it is.
You ought to find something nicer to do.
worlds we saw
Oh,
in the secret
says
ending of
who?
3.
Huh? Oh,
And,
it's you!
I mean, I guess technically,
Pete?
if you don't...
What are you two
the DLC
Nimrods
already kinda
doing
adds
here?
to it, but if we get a crazy extended cut limited
You know
edition...
We sure
Gold
do.
Belt Ultimax
Pete's been causing
Suplex
trouble for ages.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
His
I
Majesty
don't think it
banished
will.
him
I think
to
it's in the
another
DLC
dimension a
store.
long time ago.
But if we do,
I wonder how
we'll
he
get even
escaped.
more hints about Kingdom Hearts 4, or whatever the next game is.
You want to
Usually
know
it's not a
how,
number
eh?
title
Well,
at this point.
Maleficent busted me out, that's how. And now your world,
the fact still
no,
remains,
all the
we
worlds
will get
are gonna belong to yours truly.
supposedly a more grounded in the real
Maleficent's gonna help
world,
me
less
conquer 'em.
Disney focused.
Maleficent. Huh.
Because like there was no Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3, really.
Oh, what are you laughing at?
So one
Why,
could assume
Maleficent's
that
power is so
either they're
great
going
that
full Disney,
She's
which I don't
toast.
see them doing,
Huh?
because Square is very proud
Sorry,
of their
but
legacy, and
Maleficent
they should
can't
be.
help you now.
What do you
But
mean?
based on the
You! So you're the ones that did
characters
it!
we saw referenced in
Well,
like the
we
real
might
world
have had something
city
to do with
style
it.
of the
Heartless Squad, round up!
free Toy Story world that had video game-esque, Final Fantasy-esque video game characters in it. We will see a more grounded Kingdom Hearts, which would be cool. I almost hope they go to the world of darkness and that's like the next big world. Although, so, I know, sacrilegious. It's been out for this long, but
You just wait.
feels
Nobody,
like if I
and
play
I
it,
do
then it's
mean
actually
nobody,
over,
messes
and I'll
with
be
the
sad.
mighty Pete.
because like then I have to wait
So,
a century
Mighty
for
Pete,
new content for
Who
my
lives in
favorite
this tower
franchise.
anyway?
Oh, that was another.
Oh, you don't
stupid
know,
tangent.
eh? Well, it's old Yen Sid.
For some reason, this
of course,
franchise just
he's
means
probably
a
a
heck of lot to
heartless
me,
by
and I
now.
can't accurately describe why.
Master Jensen,
Talking about this game, the fact that they chose to make Pete like the pseudo Riku reoccurring antagonist.
Yen Sid is the king's
pretty
teacher.
dope.
Wow, sounds powerful.
I kind of wish he had a weapon and wasn't just like a like barehanded brawler, but the fact that they included good old Steamboat Willie Villain Pete as the like minor and whatever the secondary protagonist term, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. That sounds like a terrible idea. But putting Pete in the game, I think it was a good idea. And I guess Pete and Maleficent are gonna be relevant going forward. I keep saying I'm gonna get back to Kingdom Hearts 2, but this game is such a bridge point. I'm just thinking about how much they teased in 3. Like, they couldn't even let 3 just be the end of the saga. Again, like I said, I know I keep saying I'm going to go back to talking about 2, which I will. This will be the last tangent I go on. At least that's my goal. But they just... they set up so much shit in 3. Like, if you watch the Kingdom Hearts... mobile game prequel movie that's included with 2.8, like the black box that the character, I forget his name, but there's a character that turns out to be spoilers for Kingdom Hearts 3. Last warning. Okay. The fact that Zigbar turns out to be this ancient evil who was told not to open this box until a specific time. It makes me nervous, man, because, like, that means we're going to be getting into the Inheritors and the Forerunners, and, like, the nature of keeping themselves, and I guess they've said that at the time, at least when I was reading about it, the Sora is going to continue to be the protagonist. Which is kind of cool, because we'll get to see him grow up. He might end up like Kratos for all we goddamn know. But, like, most franchises don't stop at 2 major arcs. Like, just stuff goes better in the 3s. And that makes me worry I'm not going to see the end of this franchise until I'm like 80. Because, like, it seems like the development times grow exponentially longer. I'm turning 27 in a month. I started playing these games when I was like 10. So that's almost 2 decades to the end of one saga, which grew exponentially larger every year. So say we had 5 years each development cycle. So by the end of the second saga, which preemptively, let's just call the 4 saga. Let's just baseline add 10 years, so it's 30 years. So I'll be like 60 by the end of the 4 years. And unless someone gets sick of making Kingdom Hearts games, that means we add... My math's probably off, but... So we're adding... In 3, we're adding... Like, super rough estimate. It took 2 decades for this saga to finish. No, no, almost 2 decades, 17 years. So let's say we add 5 years for the next arc to 17 years. That puts you at, I'll be almost 60. And if you add another 5, add 10 years to the next one, I might not see the end of this franchise. That's a little scary, bro. I don't want to. As dumb as it sounds, I do not want to die without knowing how Kingdom Hearts ends.
Hey there.
Like, as a franchise. That sounds horrifying to me. Because
So, you are Sora. Now then, have you seen the king yet?
Yes, we did, Master. But we didn't get a chance to talk to him.
That's the last tangent.
Yes, the king has been quite
I'm just going to enjoy the games for what they are now.
Therefore, it would seem that the task of instructing you three falls upon my shoulders.
Brave man.
You have a perilous journey ahead of you. You must be well prepared.
You mean we have to go on another quest? I was looking forward to finding my friend Riku, so we could go back to the islands.
Yes, I know. However, everything in your journey, Sora, is connected. Whether you will find your way home to the islands, whether you will return alone or with your friend, and whether or not the islands will still be there.
Oh, man.
And the key that connects them all is
I appreciate
you,
that they took
Sora.
like an ancient-ass character like Yensid.
I
don't even know if he was named in the Sorcerer's Apprentice, but it's cool that he's in the Kingdom Hearts franchise as such a major character.
Chosen wielder of the Keyblade.
He's not isolated to the Disney
You are
universe.
the
They started
key
including
that will
Disney
open the
characters
door
into the
to
Kingdom Hearts
light.
lore beyond Mickey, Donald, and Goofy.
This book contains valuable knowledge you will need for your journey.
Unfortunately, as cool as that
Study
is,
it carefully.
he is basically relegated to Exposition Man 3000.
Once you have finished, we will speak of the enemies you will surely confront.
So, you get half useful exposition and half really cryptic stuff. Like this whole section kind of explains the plot of the game in a really cryptic way. But then after this, excuse me, he gives you actual insight into the inner workings of the details of this game in general.
But wait a sec. How come the Heartless are still running around?
Your past endeavors did prevent an immense effusion of Heartless from the Great Darkness. Make no mistake about that. However, the Heartless are darkness made real, and darkness yet lingers in every heart. The Heartless are fewer, but while darkness exists in a single heart, it will be difficult to eliminate them.
Gorge, that must mean if everybody's heart was full of light, them Heartless would go away.
Yeah, so basically explains the difference between a Heartless and a Heartless. Heart consumed by darkness. Ironically, they are just a heart with darkness. Nobodies. Ironically, the body left behind when a Heartless is made. They are called nobodies, but they are just a body. The empty husk that does not have an existence of its own, because they were not meant to have existence. The body is supposed to fade away when the heart is removed, but the willpower of the person remains, which, oddly enough, basically reflects the person almost perfectly in every case that's not Sora. I don't know if that's because Sora regained his heart independently because of plot bullshit, but Axel and Lee, spoilers. Okay, leave it for spoilers. Axel and Lee are basically the same goddamn character.
Well, look who's here, dears. Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
The others are basically the same characters, but not evil. Oh, it's such a tease. They give you this cool Keyblade that you can't actually use until you get a third. Pardon me. Because of how form change works. Alright, dropping what I said before. God, damn did the uniform change for 2 look fucking awesome. Like, it feels like a natural evolution. Especially given how the form system works, with, you know, the black, yellow, like, you still have hints of the original design, with the red on the pants, and the yellow hints in the shoes, and a little bit of dark blue in the shirt, but it's, you know, it's a template for which the form change, the drive system can be applied to. And, like, if you look, each mirror actually gives you a hint to the forms you will gain. This one, too, which is the only explanation of anti-form you ever get, really. Visualizing your strength is fuzzy. That's the one we already have. Yeah, if you go in order, it explains in which order you will get them, too. Including the exclusive form of Limit Form for the Final Mix version, which gives you your Kingdom Hearts 1 movesets. And teaches you dodge roll, which is 100% valid. It's better than Quick Run, I'll make that argument. Yeah, and this is the puzzle piece thing is an exclusive to the Final Mix version, which, you know, is just more incentive to learn the drive change abilities. Yeah, we get our gummy shit back.
Howdy, Sora!
Cool with that.
It's your favorite gummy engineers here, and that happy flight!
Incentive to continue traveling to...
Only one?
That's no good!
Wait!
Oh no, not gummy missions. I'm in no shape to be doing those. Can I still land?
Huh? You... Come on!
Nope.
We got...
No, I was gonna say, I don't think I can land back. It does just let you auto-land Hollow Bash and doesn't actually give you a gummy mission. Thank heavens. This crazy dark tower area where Maleficent generates, I kinda wish it was an area you could go to, but to my knowledge, you cannot. Not even in this.
Maybe they really did finish her off.
Director's cut of the game can you achieve.
Ooh, this castle sure ain't what I expected.
Which I don't
no
know
shine, no nothing.
Left of the Hollow Bastion castle from KH1 because of the like.
Oh, now what's gonna happen to our plan?
It's totally different location. I don't fucking know. They didn't really care about design consistency for returning worlds in this game because there was so few of them. Like, you go back to Olympus, which they could just kind of had an easy out because the rest of the world in this game is the underworld. Whereas in 3, they actually let you go into the city, which still, it was... That one made sense. This one's continuity is a bit... No, because, like, that's the castle from KH1, right?
It's Hollow Bastion.
The mechanical heart.
Gosh, it looks kind of different now.
Somewhere, there was a secret castle that had another mechanical heartless crest. And also the heartless and whatnot have
looks like we're gonna have to do some fighting.
Shenanigans. So, Hollow Bastion has a lot of explaining to do, if you ask me, personally. Well, I appreciate that it exists. In the first place. I like going back to old worlds and plot advancement, even if they are game original worlds, and I kind of wish they were. Like going back to Disney World, I like because it lets you dip into those crazy VHS sequels in theorem. Yeah, I don't think I've ever referenced the VHS Disney sequels. Oh, you bastard! What do I have to sell? Oh, I'm not selling the AP booster. You fucking stupid. In fact, I'm probably going to use that on myself. An ether I can sell. The MP system in this game pretty much incentivizes not needing ethers. High potion. We will hang on to those tentatively so that I will buy 2. No, I think I only need 1. Donald, my guy. Oh, I ignored that as a kid so hard, and it made my life so hard, because as it turns out, using your drive forms is important, because it's how you get drive form abilities. And we used the AP boost early on Sora, because Proud Mode's hard enough. Oh no, you sneaky bitch, you have 2 armor slots. Where's the accessory shop? It's right here. Run by Huey, Dewey, or Louie. I don't know what colors they are. Really don't. You bastard! Oh, I've gotta sell some. Luckily I have a little bit of surplus so I can afford to. So we can outfit everyone with a little boost. Wait, it just no, we don't want that. We want original potions. Those are the only ones shortcutted. Unless it auto maps, which it might. No, it definitely didn't auto map. So yeah, that would have been bad. Yeah, all the brave abilities. Combo boost though. That's super expensive and totally not worth it. If you ask me. Status, yeah, gives you Valor form. I never realized as a kid that you can go down to EXP and it says, it tells you how to level the drive form. Because like, I used them so seldomly as a kid when the game first came out. I didn't even know that they like had abilities that they would give you. That was something I didn't figure out until way later. Like just before the PS3 release of, Final Mix 2, or 2 Final Mix, Electric Boogaloo. But yeah, like, I played maybe 1 playthrough on the PS2 of the game, actually having my drive form abilities enabled. Yeah, I don't have any recipes, and I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't. Basically, once I hit my first save point, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm pretty beat, and it's seeming like a YouTube documentary kind of night. No one really tuned in this time, which is fine. It's late at night and random. I don't schedule these things. But for anyone who watches this after on like a YouTube deep dive, I hope you well. Hammer into these games. I hope their production goes on, and that people can appreciate them as classics, even if they seem archaic in a decade, the same way that I appreciate Final Fantasy 1. Despite their age, I'd like to feel like games that are supposed to appreciate their entertainment value, depending on how you look at it. Our leveling early dragons is hard. The Rattle form specifically. This is it. You need dudes with an actual health bar. It's over. Best you can do. It's over. It's funny, like mechanically, this. Yeah. That Valor form has the ability to combo almost antithetical into how you're supposed to level the form, because it levels per hit. And obviously if you're triggering your finisher early, you're doing less hits. Which is kinda bad. But like, if you're using it to actually survive and not just worrying about the leveling, it is kind of nice to be able to finisher, like this, the finisher on that kill knocks you out into the fucking air like a bitch. Most enemies are pretty defenseless in the air in this game if they're not already flying, but I don't remember any enemy that has like an aerial recovery-esque ability where they can like regain their balance in the middle of the fall, like the game gives you. Which, you know, isn't a great ability, but they tried to make that a thing in this game. You know, in Kingdom Hearts 1, I don't remember anyone ever doing that. Oh, I got knocked in the air. I really wish I could just return because the fall speed was adjusted. So I don't know what made the producers think that that was a mechanic. Hey, Final Fantasy 7 and 8 characters doing stuff. But yeah, I don't know what the I mean.
Meet the Hollow Bastion Restoration Committee.
Air recovery.
We missed you.
Was supposed to be
Well,
for dodgeball.
you ain't in top shape.
I knew it.
One final mix was made. They added dodgeball back.
A while back, everyone suddenly remembered you guys, all at the same time.
But it's not nearly as good as dodgeball.
You remembered?
Yeah. All the Final Fantasy characters forgetting everyone. Getting your first magic spell. Yeah, like I said, no one tuned in this time, which is cool. I did this to keep myself sane. I don't really care if anyone tunes in or not, but this will be going on YouTube eventually in the bowels of the Kingdom Hearts playthrough algorithm. God forbid. But if anyone finds it, I want you to know that, you know, you matter. Take care of yourself. Mental health is a hell of a beast, and personal lives are a hell of a beast, but just, you know, don't give up, man. You're worth it. And, you know, if you're a person who's not a piece of shit, I support your decisions in life. As long as you're just trying to better yourself without hurting other people. And keep playing Kingdom Hearts. You know, this game is as cheesy as it sounds, but its themes are friendship, balance, and overcoming adversity, which I think are universal themes that are never going to go away or change with times. And it's probably why I love this franchise so much. So, anyway, good night. Thanks for watching, if you do, at some point. And I apologize for the sound of steak chewing. Later, guys, and as I used to say on the old radio show, keep stay game.